Hello everyone, welcome back to DIY with Tuba. I had several videos in the past updating my kitchen, which is still not quite done yet, few more little details to be done. I always get sidetracked and jump into different projects. But today I like to do something to this wall. My plan is to decorate the wall with some IKEA hack using IKEA mirrors. I've got a brick column here that I created just to give my kitchen an industrial look. But this wall looks so plain and disconnected from the column. I've been scratching my head to figure out the design other than putting more brick on this column as well, which is costly. I thought I would try mirrors. I'm hoping to connect them and give this column an industrial feel to it. I'm sure most of you have seen this trend online, DIY industrial wall mirrors. So these are my inspirations and I just wanted to add a little personal touch to it. I would love to hear your opinion if you like the result or if I should do something else to make this space look nice. I am open to suggestions. I needed some wood trim to make the frame. This was the thinnest, 1/2 inch by 3/4 inch. It's a shoe molding, but later on I kinda regretted my choice. Flat trim would have looked much better. First, I sketched down what I want and figured out the precise measurements before I made my cuts. I wanted to leave a little space between the frame and the mirrors so I could paint it with my cabinet color. I totaled these up. I had to make two 55 and 3/4 inches and 5/13 inches cuts. You don't really need a power saw for these cuts. Just a hand saw would do the job actually. But I have a miter saw, so why not? Once the cuts were done, I spray painted the trims with black paint. Then I went ahead and drew the frame on my wall. This has to be precise, otherwise crooked lines would look horrible. This is the leftover chalk paint that I mixed from several colors to paint my base cabinets. I'm going to paint the space between the frame and the mirrors with this. I could have painted the whole thing, but I do need this paint for cabinet touch-ups in the future. It will be hard to get the same color again. Once the paint was dry, I installed my trim working from right to left. That way there will be no gap or the space would be too tight between the vertical and horizontal pieces. After installing the top horizontal trim, I nailed only the top portion of the left vertical trim and continue installing the other 4 pieces of horizontal trims. As you see, this is still loose. And finally, I nailed the bottom of the vertical trim. I think this method is so much better than installing the outer frame first and trying to fit the inner pieces. These are Lots mirrors from IKEA. They come in 4 in a package and cost $9.99, so about $2.50 each. They come with their own double-sided tape, no need to buy separately. All I had left to do was stick these tapes on my wall and apply the mirrors. Since they came with the package, these tapes must be strong enough to hold the mirrors. I had to be careful not to get crooked lines while putting up the mirrors. That would ruin the whole look. I pressed it firmly. Here it is. I'm all done. Not sure if I'm crazy about it though. Once I fix the crown molding above, I might like the look better. I could have left a wider space between the mirror and the frame. That might have been a better look. Maybe. You can see my other videos of this kitchen makeover in the playlist at the end or in the description below. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye!